Today's workout will be a shoulder workout, and we're going to start off with doing an overhead pressing movement. Then I'll move on to kind of a shoulder raise. I'll be doing this type of movement with the dumbbells, and then some side delts later on with some different movements. And we'll start off, for me, I'm going to start off with about 70 pounds or so, and go from there. So, the goal here is to kind of warm up the shoulders. This is kind of one of the more dangerous type of exercises for the shoulder, any like overhead pressing movement. I really like to do my heavy compound more movements in the beginning. So this is 70 pounds. This might be a little heavy to warm up, but I'm gonna go with it. Feels great. Go, there's. My goal there is to warm up the shoulders, get a little work in. I want to get to a heavy max set. Is my goal for the first movement. And then as the workout progresses, then I can do less weight and more reps and stuff. But the goal in the beginning is to try to get a heavy set with something and get as many reps as possible. So I'm going to then move up to 87.5 and give myself maybe 30 seconds. I like to stretch the shoulders by doing kind of a forward and backward movement. When I originally had a shoulder problem, they told me to do these kind of starting out in small circles and then going into bigger circles and then even bigger circles, and then go the opposite way, start small, bigger. I don't know. I like to do that movement as opposed to some of the other shoulder stretches, like doing this type of shoulder stretch. It's not, I don't like that movement. For me, and most of my tightness makes me hunch like this, so deep, like kind of more chest stretches are beneficial for me. But I also don't like to overstretch the shoulder too. So it's kind of a balance. So this is 87.5 pounds. Again, I'm trying to warm up to a heavy set. I'm coming back from a calf injury, so I haven't done legs yet this week. I'm mainly focused on upper body the next couple of days. Oh yeah. Whew. I gotta do a little reorganizing on the bottom here. My old PowerBlocks, I was moving them around. Normally I try to tuck them away in the corner here, so they're not in the way, and I rarely use them. I only use them for a couple of movements where I'm grabbing weight from the ground, like a bicep, like this type of movement. The name is escaping me right now. So the next set will be the heaviest set of the day. So I've been trying to do this weight for a very long time, and I've only been able to get a couple of reps. But today I feel like I'll be able to do it because I went to the gym, a regular gym, not a home gym, and I was doing 95s fairly easy. This is 102.5 pounds. I wanted to do over 100 pounds for a while for reps, and I'm gonna try today. So I think the most I've been able to do is like 2 or 3. So I'm hoping for at least 5 or 6. Every time I think I'm gonna do it, I'm not able to, so I hope I'm able to today. I gotta get myself a drink too. So I'm about 6 minutes into the workout. I try to monitor the time closely to see if I'm kind of being lazy and waiting too much time in between sets, or just where I'm at. So here we go. So it's not a huge jump. I'm able to do 95s for about 8 reps. For some reason, even adding 6-7 reps or pounds makes it very difficult for me. So I'm still happy that's a PR. So I think I did 4 kind of terrible reps, but I did 4, so it's double what I did, I believe, the last time. So I try to find improvement wherever I can. And normally I wouldn't recommend trying to do what I'm trying to do, which is do a weight that's too heavy to do. I would prefer to do at least 5 reps. I'm almost there, so try to do a heavy 5 or 6 rep to start off the workout. I think is a good way to do it. Now, the next movement I'm going to do, it's called an upright row. I haven't done for a long period of time because normally they bother my shoulder. But I'm going to try today because I saw it. I was watching some YouTube videos and I saw some people doing them, so I'm going to try it again. Hopefully I won't cheat too much. So the movement that I'm going to be doing is a upright row. I have to play with the weight. I haven't done this in a long period of time. The basic premise, so you grab the dumbbells and you move here and you pull with your shoulder. It's kind of more of an overall shoulder movement. Like that. And then the traps are used. I feel a little pinchingness with this. Alexa, stop timer.
For how long?
Alexa, stop. So this was 20 pounds. So I'm going to start off less than I originally imagined. I'm going a little lighter. I'm trying to really feel it and focus on the movement. So, this 40 pounds. Feels a little odd, but feeling a good pump. So I'm going to keep the weight there. So this movement can be done with dumbbells. To me, it actually feels more comfortable with a barbell, or what a lot of people do is they do the flat, not the easy curl bars, but the flat bars where they normally at a gym, they normally don't have like the set weights with the more of the easy curl move type bar or the flat bars, and they normally go up to like 100 pounds or whatever. So a lot of people tend to just grab them and start doing the upright row with them. As you get more advanced, it's not enough weight, so most people move on to the shoulder, to the barbell. This is 42 and a half. So normally I drink a lot of water while I'm working out. Today my stomach's a little off, so I'm not going to be drinking anything. Normally I wouldn't advise that, but you got to go with how you feel. And I'm leaving the dumbbell on the bench just as a convenience factor. So I'm gonna do one more set of these. And I recommend going light on this and really feeling the movement. A lot of people have shoulder issues with this movement because they're too jerky with it, and you can actually throw a lot of weight on here if you're very jerky with the weight. So I haven't done this in a very long time, so I don't want to hurt myself. I'm going to do actually one more. It felt pretty good. Although now I am getting a little thirsty. So it is hard to get used to drinking. So I'm around 13, 14, 15 minutes working out. I did one set, or 3 sets of seated shoulder press. Worked up to 100 pounds, 102.5. Then doing an upright row. And then I'm going to do one of my more favorite movements, which is a dumbbell shoulder raise. And I might actually do it seated, which I tried it seated one time and I did not like it. Probably gonna do standing. All right. And this feels really weird for me. I'm not used to doing that, so. But that's kind of how the movement goes. It's kind of a pull and you can feel all this part of the shoulder is getting worked out. So it's a little bit of more overall development than a traditional just front raise or overhead work. So I did that. So now I want to do, I believe it's called a shoulder raise, and I like to do alternating, or I like to do, let's do one arm at a time. I feel more comfortable with that. And again, this movement, you can also be super jerky with it and do a lot of weight. Like I think I've seen maybe like a Branch Warren type video where, I don't know, maybe he's doing like 80 pounds or something crazy like that. So you can try different things, see what works for you. I like to do a little bit more slow and feel the movement. I actually feel more comfortable doing one arm at a time. So when I originally first started lifting, everything was alternating curls, alternating shoulder raises. But now I tend to like doing one arm at a time, It just feels more comfortable now. So I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Again, you got to figure out what works for you. I have a pretty bad bug bite on my forearms and bothering me all day. Okay, so this is I'm gonna do 27.5 pounds. Again, that movement you can do super jerky. I'm a little jerky. I'm going to try going up a little, which is kind of unusual for me. I'm going to try for the 35s. Also, when you're doing those type of and for dumbbells in particular with the PowerBlocks, you got to be careful of the shorts you wear, because if it's really heavy, you can get caught on the shorts sometimes. Sometimes when I'm dumbbell bench pressing and the weight is something I'm uncomfortable with, which currently for me is around 160 pounds, when I'm trying to get the weight to my legs, if I get stuck in a pocket or something, it's incredibly annoying and it kind of ruins the flow of the... So now I'll be doing 35 pounds for front raises and see how that feels, and kind of go from there. I'm about 3 exercises into doing shoulders. I'm using a little bit of momentum, and I shouldn't do what I'm about to do. I'm going to go up a little bit more. It is kind of fun throwing weight around even if you don't have a lot of control over it. That'll be my final set for the rails. I think like everything, you gotta have a mixture of power movements and then movements that focus on squeezing the muscle and doing repping out movements and stuff like that. So depends what your goals are, but like everything, you just gotta experiment. So I'm not sweating terribly, so I know I'm not, and I don't have zero air on, and I'm up in an upstairs unit, so I know I'm not working out that hard. So that's a good or slash bad thing. Although I have a pretty good pump right now, so we'll see. It is, I do feel like I'm getting a good workout now. So this is 42.5 pounds. You can see I'm just shooting crazy, but all good. So 3 exercises in. What do I want to do? I want to, and this is why it's good to have a plan sometimes before you come into workout. Right now, just kind of winging it. I knew what I wanted to do for the first movement, and then I know let's say there's 10 different exercises that I know for dumbbell shoulders. I can pick one of them, and if something's similar, to not do it or to do it. I'm gonna go on be a little cautious today and not do like a 4th set of targeting my front shoulders. I'm gonna try more side shoulders right now. So I do this movement like every time that I want to do. You'll see this done everywhere, which is the shoulder or the fly movement for the side delt. So actually, with the amount of work I've already done to the shoulder, 20 is pretty heavy. So I'm gonna go up only a little bit to 27.5. Side deltoid is a little bit harder to hit at home as opposed to going to a gym. When you go to a gym, they have like the reverse pec deck you can do, and it's like movement like this. Target the side part of the shoulder. They have machines where you can just grab and you're doing this. They have the machine where you sit and do the fly. So there's a lot. They have cable movements where you can do kind of a movement like this, also with the cable. So there's a lot of movements you can do first. That you can't really do at home unless you have like a cable machine or a pec deck or something like that. So you got to be a little, but there's a lot of dumbbell movements. So I'll show 2 variations. So I'm going to do 27.5. Now I'm starting to sweat. And I think that's because I'm around 30 minutes in. Let me check. Yeah, somewhere around there, almost. Okay, so I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go to 35s. And you can see kind of the beauty of the PowerBlocks is always, I'm sure if you watch any of my videos, I'm always changing the weight. And it's never really a big deal. It's a couple of movements. Granted, I've done this hundreds of times, maybe thousands of times now. But I only rarely make mistakes in terms of selecting weights. I'm never really having mismatched weights like I did with older sets and stuff like that. So here we go. Wasn't kind of movement focused. I'm going to stick with this weight, do one more set. Then I'll do a more a seated movement and lower the weight and try to get out some reps. And I notice the more I'm resting, the more the fatigue's starting to get to me, which is kind of a weird, because normally the more you rest, the more energy you have to do the next lift. But I think if as long as I'm keeping going with the workout, I don't really think about it. So you got to figure out what will work best.